God bless and great day again, everybody. Thank you, Father God. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for another blessed day. Y'all already know it's KT 420 SCC, and we are here with Strange Things in Congress.
God bless.
That's right. Let me show you. Strange Things in Congress. I said it. So, I want to, we're going to play our sponsors, and then we're going to jump right off into something because I think I found something to say there live. I'm not sure, but we're going to jump right off into it because it's supposed to go along with the topic that we're going to be discussing today. So, without further ado, let's play the sponsors, and I'll be right back to you.
Battle Juice is a new energy drink. This video was sponsored by Pure Health Battle Juice. You can buy your drinks at Chillbox or Joe & Vince's Gourmet Market. Get your Battle Juice today. Drink the drinks that champions drink. Battle Juice.
All righty. Now, with that said, let's cut on the video. We need to see what we're looking at here. So, as you can see on the screen, it says Trump UFO live. And what we got here? Why is this? Oh, yeah. Let me go back. Let's see what we got.
Light in the center, 2 to 3 times the size of the corner lights. But what was really odd was the outside. The best way to describe it is like looking at a James Webb telescope picture where you have the colors and then the black background. So the craft itself was this black metallic flake paint, but on top of the craft was this gold lava, plasma, some type of fluid going over and around the craft. I'm under this for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then the center light flashes 2 to 3 times, no sound, immediately shoots up to commercial jet level minimum, in my opinion, and I immediately feel static electricity all over my body, and then I smell the smell of after a thunderstorm or lightning storm, that really strong summer thunderstorm smell. Gets up to flight level. I'm trying to get my phone reset, and I can only see the center light at this point. If I didn't actually see it take off, I would have thought it was a star. And then it hovers up there, and it begins to slowly move due east out over the Atlantic Ocean. I finally got my phone reset. The entire thing was about, from the time I saw the light pop up near the hangar until it took off out over the ocean, was about 15 minutes.
And following up to that question, after you disclose this information to the Intelligence Community Inspector General, you're subject to phishing attempts and job blacklisting. How widespread do you think this is across the intelligence community for those who raise concerns regarding UAP programs?
It's a difficult question to answer. I think prior to David Grush and people beginning this process of bringing people into awareness of the reality of these programs and certain things people have witnessed, probably extremely widespread. I think today there's still an issue, but because people are able to come before you and people are speaking out, I think it has been somewhat less. I would hope, though, that people would, because if this goes back into closed doors, this is going to get really ugly.
What type of behavior have you witnessed from former Aero Director Sean Kilpatrick as well as his staff in relate to this information you provided to them? Did they ever try to classify this information as non-human technology?
Good question. The problem with this is that I know what I experienced firsthand, and I know other things. I think the staff at Aero that I met with in March of 2023, I think they were good people doing the job they were told to do. I did not meet with Kirkpatrick. He was either not present or did not want to meet me that day. However, they did classify information about the reality of this subject, and it was very concerning because in my Aero MFR, they had actually referenced a former staff member that was the one who told me to go there, and they probably shouldn't have done that.
And real quick before my time is up, and we might go to second round of questioning just so you're all aware, how important, given everything that you've seen and experienced, is the UAP Disclosure Act of 2025 in restoring both public accountability and trust?
I think very important. I would hope, though, that the 7-year window could be shrunk, my opinion, but very important. The truth needs to be known.
Thank you very much. I now recognize.
Okay, so I'm not sure, but I believe this is pre-recorded. It was pre-recorded to April, I believe, April. But we got a couple videos we're about to look at now, right? And it's gonna speak a little bit more to this subject, this topic. Y'all know this is not really my field of expertise. It's not what I do. I'm not the UAP dude. You know what I'm saying? It's not what I do. But I do got a homeboy. And he's sitting here with me now. He doesn't
God bless.
really want to be on camera.
You can show me.
But okay. Well,
What's up, people? How y'all doing?
right. And he knows a little bit more about this type of stuff than I do. And we're going to watch these videos and we're going to decipher them as we see them. And he's going to give y'all a little knowledge about what we're watching as we watch it. So, with that being said, let's go and pop out the next video and see what we got. Before we go back to her, let's jump into this because this is probably just as important. Okay, so I don't know if a lot of y'all know, but there have been a lot of missing scientists coming up. Well, a lot of scientists coming up missing, excuse me. Verbiage, right? So this is weird, right? Like scientists, like these ain't just like, oh, some military people, oh, the heads of state. Like these are scientists. These are the creators of these unique, extreme computers,
We can just run down
nukes.
some of the names for them, like Matthew James Sullivan, Major General William Neal. Yeah, it's a few names on there. You guys, you can go and check them out yourself. Dylan Borland, Michael Herrera, Jack Barber. These are like former Air Force, ex-Marines.
So,
These guys, they testify on things as well. So do a little check out and see some of the things that they're into as well. They got a few things in common. You guys could do your own research.
right. So, with that said,
It's serious.
we're going to jump off into this video and see what they're saying about the missing scientists to add on to what my homeboy knows about this topic. And then we still got more. Before we go, smoke gang shit.
Just up and left their houses, never to be seen again. Do you entertain this actually is a case of coordinated abductions?
These are individual cases that do not have any connection with each other, and obviously no connection with the research subject that these scientists were engaged in. There is no evidence whatsoever any of these cases an adversarial nation was involved in either kidnapping or killing them.
Hey guys, it's Jackson Buhai here with TMZ. Now look, since 2023, at least 10 to 11 scientists across the United States, researchers and staffers connected to US nuclear aerospace projects have disappeared. And it's become a topic of discussion in major news headlines for at least.
So let's just put this out there, right? I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure. Like how many scientists that they're saying are missing. But I'm going to tell you that these guys are top scientists. These aren't just any low-level dude in a science lab thinking he could just come up with a formula. These are actual creators of real formulas, of real things that people use today. You understand? Like, and they're missing. Some of them just left their home. What do you mean you just up and left your home and never to be seen again? It doesn't even sound right. These guys have some of the smartest, most, you understand what I'm saying? These guys aren't just the type of guys that are just gonna up and leave home, right?
Kind of funny.
I agree. It's very, very funny. Very weird.
Something
Strange things in Congress.
Strange things.
Before we go, let's see what we got.
last couple of months now. And there are a lot of questions revolving around whether or not these disappearances and deaths are connected. Well, I have brought on someone today who has studied these cases extensively. He is Professor Avi Loeb. He is a professor of science at the University of Harvard. He is also heading the Galileo project, which looks into extraterrestrial life. Professor Loeb, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. It's a great pleasure.
Of course. So, but before this interview started, we were talking about something quite interesting. Your position on these disappearances is actually that they're not connected at all. Can you go into why you think that is specifically?
Well, I should start from the fact that I'm a physicist. I am very much aware of nuclear physics, and I'm alive. We should celebrate the
Smokey, what?
And I'm alive. I'm still here, Dave.
I am alive and I am still here.
That's
Listen,
hilarious, bro.
what guy?
Why would
Did
you
you?
make that statement? You go
That
figure.
that is
That's
not a
strange.
good joke.
That's a strange statement.
That
a
is
strange
very
statement.
strange,
It's
very
strange.
strange, gang. What are we talking about here? And I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
When people state the obvious.
I don't know what to say, Smoke Gang. We gonna finish listening. Before we go, we got a little bit of time left.
the science being done right now, rather than be depressed by the disappearances or deaths of a small fraction of the scientific community. And each case appears to be completely different from the other. Even though the White House, Congress, and several federal agencies are currently investigating this loosely defined list of recent deaths and disappearances, it looks like the publicly available information shows that the circumstances surrounding these vary widely, and related families deny a connection between the tragedies associated with their loved ones and prior classified work. For example, Susan McCaslin Wilkerson said that her husband, William McCaslin, was retired for more than a decade before he disappeared, and therefore it seems quite unlikely that he was taken by someone that wanted to extract very dated secrets from him.
I didn't say it. That man said it. But let's just think about it. We got a man who was a military general. He retired with honors. And for 10 years, he's been living a nice life with his wife and doing whatever research he's been doing. And all of a sudden, he just up and leaves. No word to his wife about what is happening, why he's leaving. The world is finna be destroyed. They gonna nuke America. Nothing. No word of nothing. He said nothing to his wife. And this is a military general. And he just up and left. And come on, man. These are some very strange things in Congress. Before we go.
Also, Julia Hicks talked about her father, Michael Hicks, a JPL scientist, who had been struggling with medical problems before his death a few years ago. And she added that from what she knows, her dad, there was no train of logic to follow that what would possibly implicate him in this potential federal investigation. She doesn't understand the connection between her dad's death and other missing scientists. In another case, MIT professor Nuno Loureiro was killed by the same person who killed two students at Brown University 3 days earlier, Claudio Valente, who was a classmate of Loureiro at the University of Lisbon in Portugal between 1995 and 2000, but he failed to pursue an academic career after struggling socially and dropping out of a PhD program at Brown. And so Valente's behavior is likely a case of academic grudge and resentment because
it's almost like someone is making these things
MK Ultra,
look random.
Megatron.
Like these are just random acts that are happening. Some random guy just did some random unaliving 3 days before, and he came back and did more unaliving.
He was a student.
3
He went
days
to
later.
school. He just changed his life and just got disgruntled.
They will really want you to think these things are random.
Right.
I'm not saying they're not.
It's
I'm
kinda
just saying it's strange things in Congress. Before we go.
Loureiro, with similar initial conditions, had a flourishing academic career. And so, President Trump called the pattern of missing scientists possibly random and stated that it might be a coincidence. But of course, there is no reason to connect the dots or identify a pattern among the different cases. Humans tend to search for patterns, even if they do not exist.
What if the pattern you're looking for is that they're random things? What if that is the pattern?
But I think they all got something in common. They all work for JPL, or majority of them, or got some type of affiliation.
So just look into the scientists, right? Even if these random acts are so random, right? Let's just really think about it. Like they are scientists.
Like, who kills scientists? They didn't beat
Somebody had to look these people up somewhere
Exactly.
and find out who they were, studied these people to see what they were studying, what they were into. These people were not just randomly picked out of oh, fuck it, I'm gonna run and have a school, blah, blah, blah. Don't be silly. Again, some strange things in Congress. Before we go.
There are thousands of nuclear and aerospace scientists in the US, and people die or go missing all the time. So I don't see a reason for us to be concerned. I think the FBI should look into each and every case just to make sure that there is no adversarial nation behind any particular case. But I also wanted to add that the main problem we currently have in science is that science is missing from our national priorities. The problem we have is not with missing scientists, is that science as a whole is missing from the national conversation because there are budget cuts in federal science agencies like NASA, NIH, NSF, and science should be celebrated because it's the key for the US to have global leadership, to have national security, economic prosperity, national pride. And this is obvious from the success of the recent projects like Artemis 2, the Webb Telescope, or the LIGO Gravitational Wave Observatory. So cutting funding from science while supporting AI and quantum technologies, as is happening right now in Washington, D.C., is equivalent to cutting the roots of a tree while watering its branches.
I'm not really a super fan of all that AI technology. I'm not. But I grew up in a different era. I grew up in an era where we still went outside and went to the park. Literally, kids went outside by themselves and went to the park and met up with their friends and played baseball and basketball and football. And they actually had book clubs in the school. And we still had to do actual homework with pen and paper. And I grew up in a different time. Technology can be scary for people who are not really used to it, right? This is very true, right? Let's talk about these scientists, though. These guys are used to technology. Not only are they used to it, they're intrigued by it. It's one of their main interests in life.
Their career.
Is how things work. Why would they just go missing? Why would they just, you know what? I'm tired of this.
Seriously die.
I'm done with it. I'm just done with my wife. I'm done with my life. Why would they just vanish? Just a thought. Before we go, smoke gang shit.
American superiority in science and technology will not last long this way. The computer chips that were used in the latest AI systems were designed based on the scientific understanding of quantum mechanics through fundamental curiosity-driven research. So in short, the problem that the US has is not about missing scientists, but about missing science in our national conversations. And of course, there are many challenges to science, and we can discuss it, but rather than obsess with depressing cases of death and disappearance.
So I'm not really too, but if I'm, touching a little bit of correctly, I think the quantum science is the science where the scientists looking to going to the future and coming back and,
It's a smaller realm and easier communication, faster communication. It's like 30 times faster than our normal computers.
You see what I'm saying? So it's things like that. So it's deep for that to been what they were studying, and these guys just. So I'm really saying this. Watch this. Interesting, right? What if these guys came up with something where they could go to the future and they are working on something to change the past? Just interesting thought.
Not a quantum leap.
Just interesting thought, right? Because, God rest the souls of the ones who weren't alive that passed away. But what about the ones that are just missing?
Where?
See, because what if it was made to look as if, and think, what about the one who was unalived at the school 3 days later after the other ones, right? What if he knew something? What if he was supposed to be one of the ones that went with them? And he decided not to go, and he was going to be a whistleblower or something. What if he was going to do that or something? What if that was going to be the case? I don't know. I'm just throwing theories out there because it's just strange to me. Y'all know this is not really my realm. This is not what I do. But when I hear certain things, it just made me think, why would this happen though, right? Smoke gang shit, before we go.
Of scientists, our federal agencies should promote an inspiring future for US scientific leadership because the best is yet to come if we only let it be.
I understand your perspective on why these cases might not be connected, but I think what stands out to a lot of people is, I know the families have spoken out regarding each case. Some people had mental health issues and other personal issues they were struggling with. But in multiple cases, these scientists just up and left their houses, leaving all of their personal belongings behind, never to be seen again. And that has happened in more than 3 instances here. And so I'm wondering what you think of that, or if you draw any conclusion from that evidence at all.
To me, this sounds like cases of depression. And you might ask, why would scientists be depressed? The answer.
Before he even answers, he don't even got an answer for me to know the answer to that. Brain work is tiring and stressful, and doing a lot of brain work and being alone all the time can make a person very, very depressed. This is very true. I'm not sure what he's gonna say, but I know that for a fact. Smoke gang shit before we go.
Relates to what I just said, that science is not currently a priority within society, within policymakers. Science budgets are being cut. There is a lot of depression within the scientific community because there are fewer jobs. Young students do not see a future. And you know, a lot of people, while reading the news every day, they are not happy about the direction we are taking. And so to me, it sounds like those particular individuals that left their home and then disappeared probably committed suicide.
It almost sounds like he's trying to help paint the narrative that there's nothing strange about this.
They might have killed themselves.
That these
they
people
depressed,
were just,
possibly
you
ran
understand?
away.
But I want you guys to really think about this. Some of these people that are unalived, they had whole wives.
I mean, also think about what he said at the beginning of the show. I'm still alive.
They had whole wives and whole families and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Right? To unalive yourself and not, like, I trust me, I understand depression and how it works totally, wholeheartedly. But to be married 10 years to a woman after retirement,
Family and stuff, yeah, no.
that
I
don't
would say
even
that
sound
makes
that
it
don't even
strange.
sound right, right? Smoke gang shit. Before we go, we gonna do what we do. Let's see what we got.
One of them, McCaslin, did take with him a rifle. And another, in another case, a person did not leave, did not take the cell phone with him, and so these are cases where people were mentally depressed and potentially committed suicide, so that nobody would find them. In other cases, it was just circumstances, you know, while hiking in a dangerous area, someone disappeared, or you know, being encountered by some random person in the backyard. Someone pissed off that person, and that person came back and shot this astrophysicist from Caltech. These are individual cases that do not have any connection with each other, and obviously no connection with the research subject that these.
Again. This is why I never believe what is seen and only believe some of what I have heard. Because people can show you anything and they will tell you anything to go with it. I'm not sure if he's telling the truth or a lie, because at this point, I'm trying to figure out why would all these scientists just come up missing in the last 3 years.
Yeah, that don't make sense to me. That's.
It's only been 3 years. Like, I could see if we was talking about a span of 10, 15 years and it was like, oh, one suicide from one scientist every year. But no, we are talking about multiple in a 3-year span. I'm glad they're investigating. Before we go.
were engaged in.
I understand your viewpoint, but again, I think there is something that is standing out to the FBI and the House Oversight Committee when they hear that 3 of the victims worked at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. I think it says one thing if multiple scientists are missing from different states, but 3 victims belonging to the same laboratory, working in the same area, and they all go missing within a very close proximity of time to one another.
See what I'm saying? See what I mean? That's another piece to the puzzle that we didn't have. 3 of them worked at the same place in the same area, and they all came up missing. Do you understand? This is not just random. It may seem random, but it's not. Somehow those scientists are connected, and this is what we need to figure out before we go.
Entertain any situation in your mind where this actually is a case of coordinated abductions?
Well, the possible concern is of an adversarial nation that either wants to get some classified secrets from these classified projects that these people were engaged in. But that is unlikely to be the case because some of these people retired by now, and the active people in these projects who know much more were.
Did you see what he said? Did y'all catch it? The active people in the projects would know much more. Meaning, that's not to say they didn't know anything about these projects. They just don't know what the active people know. Keep up before we go.
Are in good shape. But one thing to keep in mind is that the Jet Propulsion Lab in Pasadena, and all of the science agencies within NASA right now are facing a budget cut of about 50%. That's a very substantial threat to their future work. And it's possible that people are depressed by these prospects, and or they have some personal issues. But I'm not a psychologist, and I don't see a thread among those different cases. So I would much rather focus on securing a more uplifting and inspiring future for science in the United States, because that's the foundation on which we build our technology, on which we build our leadership relative to other nations. And there is no evidence whatsoever to argue that in any of these cases, an adversarial nation was involved in either kidnapping one or more of these people or killing them.
I want to ask you something. If you got a call tomorrow from a researcher saying that they had access to classified information regarding a UAP, and they told you that they were afraid for their safety, what would you tell them to do?
Well, I would tell them to contact the FBI or police authorities. Any threat of this nature should be dealt with by authorities that would protect the safety of that person, because you never know where the threat is coming from. But also, we should keep in mind that President Trump announced that soon the White House will release video files about unidentified anomalous phenomena or UFOs, as it was known before. And currently the public is very receptive to discussing those videos in great detail once they are declassified. And the way I see it is that there is much more positivity towards such discussions in the open, rather than a toxic environment that would lead to the disappearance of scientists that were interested in this subject. In fact, I'm leading the Galileo project at Harvard University, and just this morning I had a visitor to my home who donated $50,000 to the project. A couple of weeks ago, I had the president of the Templeton Foundation visiting my home, and he subsequently donated the $260,000 to the project. So people are inspired by research related to unidentified anomalous phenomena, and I don't see any toxicity. I jog every morning at sunrise and enjoy the company of wild turkeys, birds, ducks, bunnies that I see along the way. I'm not worried at all about anyone attacking me. Obviously, in politics, we do see violence, and most recently,
Okay. Yeah. No. I'm not going with this. I'm not going, bro. They ain't said enough to make me be like, oh yeah, it's all right. Maybe they did. So they were depressed. No, you got me fucked up. That's definitely not what we have here.
What's going on?
Hell, fuck
It's
to
like
the
a
no,
cover
that
up.
ain't
It's
what's
like
going
Maybelline. Your makeup.
Yeah, I'm not even finna let him get the last little bit of that shit out. We gon' go on to the next thing that we really came for, Smoke Gang. This is what we really came
He did
for.
tell you at the beginning, though, honestly, he was still alive. You're like, hey, listen, I'm still here.
He did say that, gang. That's exactly what he
Wow.
said, Smoke Gang.
I can say this.
That was the little joke that we was like, dang, that was strange.
We
Some
see why
strange
he's
things
still
in
alive.
Congress.
And
Yeah, he seemed to be proud of the cover up, but I'm not gonna say it's a cover up. I don't know what's going on.
We don't know.
Forgive me.
Forgive
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's a cover up.
Just the
So don't.
stories.
Right. It's just alleged. All this is alleged. We don't know what's going on or what happened to these people. Before we go, we're going to get to the real story now. Let's get to what we came for, everybody.
Well, you know they got the Pursuit Initiative. That's where they released part of the unsealing of the files. You know, that was the Trump order.
Yeah, that's when they're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, y'all. So let's see what the next video is. Let's see
First
what we
batch
got.
dropped on the 8th of May.
Okay. And it was the videos, right?
Well, they dropped a few of them. You know, they got a website where you go to. We got some of the videos, photos, some of the reports from the Department of Defense. You know, they involve, of course, FBI, NASA, some of the other agencies.
All of them. They all there.
They all there.
All the
Or, you know, they
alphabets
can
are
check
there.
out war.gov/UFO and find it themselves as well.
Smoke Gang shit. Before we go, let's check this out. Let's jump right up into it, y'all. This is what we came to see. So I only got a little clip from this interview, but this was the clip that everybody was telling me was so interesting, that she was talking about what she was talking about. So I'm like, well, let's go and check out what she was saying, and let's see what she's saying about these UAPs. Because they say she talks about a UAP or whatever. And again, y'all know this is not my field of expertise. Because, yeah, like what?
Is this going to be, who is this, Pauline
What?
Luna?
Yeah, this is Miss Luna. See, he be up on this stuff, you know. He be up on this stuff. This is not my thing, right? So let's check out what we got here. And, yeah.
Guys all in the office, our politics are talking about these UAPs and USPs, these unidentified aerial phenomena, or these unidentified submerged
phenomena.
Yeah, they go in the water, all that good stuff.
Jesus Christ, they got all different names for them
now.
now.
We don't even know.
When I was growing up, they was UFOs, unidentified flying objects.
Going, faster than anything we ever seen. All type of things they say. We don't know what they are. We can't figure it out. Angels, demons, aliens.
Listen,
spycraft. Who knows, right?
I don't know none of this stuff. That's not my field of expertise.
Hey, but they're talking about it up there on Capitol right now.
He look at all this stuff.
They're up there talking about it in Congress and stuff right now.
Telling you because he watches.
It's on there.
He watches.
I mean, it's there.
He said, "Go look it up."
You see it.
Before we go, Smoke Gang.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
When I was stationed at Portland Air National Guard, my job there was an airfield manager, so I would interface and work a lot with the F-15 pilots at the unit. And so There had been an airspace incursion that had taken place when I was still at the time at the.
I just want y'all to make sure y'all heard what she called it. A airspace incursion. Keep up, y'all. They use these words for a reason. Go look up what incursion means. You'll understand.
Anybody got it?
Before we
Anybody
go.
know what it is?
Put it in the comments when you look it up. Before we go.
Hard. And I remember kind of talking to some of the pilots about it, and I was like, what was that? And they're like, we can't really talk about it. No one really wanted to address it. And so from what I'd gathered, that had been likely a UAP. And so that kind of was my perspective. Granted, I also grew up in the generation of the X-Files and, I don't know if you remember 94 Independence Day. So like for me specifically, I didn't look at it with like a crazy lens and perspective. I'm like, you never know if, we're the only ones out there essentially.
But why did you assume that if it's a top secret incursion that he couldn't talk about, that it wasn't just a military craft from another country?
Because of the way that he was discussing it.
What did he say?
So he had been, he didn't want to, from what I gather, get taken off flight status. And he's like, I really can't discuss it. We couldn't really identify it essentially. And it had outperformed them.
Did y'all hear that? They had a run-in with an unidentified aerial phenomenon, and it essentially outperformed them. Now, let me say this, because I need y'all to really understand these things. They did not fire upon and were not fired upon either. There was no engagement on either end, okay? This is not me saying that, oh no, these people, if they are here, they're not going to bother you. That's not what I'm saying, because we all know that there are people that say that they have seen, been on, and again, not my field of expertise, right? But I'm just saying in that scenario, even if they were, right, it would seem to me that the Americans weren't in any danger, because not only did the UAP outmaneuver them probably to get away from their crafts, but it did not fire upon them as if it was offended or defending itself. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Like, I'm just saying, like, because a lot of y'all be like, yo, if it's UAPs, if it's other things here or whatever the case might be, they're coming to kill us and they're coming to take over and all this stuff. That is not necessarily true, and you don't know that. So don't just think that. Y'all know me. I don't even really believe in this type of stuff.
Yeah,
like this is
be
just
species that we can't even tell, or maybe dimension jumpers. It could be us that we don't even know about, right? So,
right. I've heard that before as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's
So
possibilities. Science.
who knows? Yeah. I'm just saying. Before we go, we don't know what's happening.
Yeah, listen, they keep on smashing atoms up there, out there by Switzerland and stuff. Who knows up at CERN? Who knows what's going to happen?
We don't know what's happening, and we're just going to have to keep praying and keep our heads low and keep our eyes up. You get it? Smoke ain't shit. Got to be observing it at all times.
Right.
And not just, not just because you were on high alert, but because it might be something good out there.
God bless.
You feel me? Smoke ain't shit. Before we go.
So that was my first, from a military perspective, kind of experience with someone who basically, there's a stigma within the flight community. Do you want to lose your security clearance? Is there this level of crazy that people kind of brand that will stick with you and kind of ruin your career?
But doesn't he have instrumentation on his jet?
Well, at the time, right? So it's an older platform, but he really didn't want to even talk about it. And I bring that up because now with our investigation and the task force that I run, actually the reason why the task force was formed was because of an event that happened at Eglin Air Force Base where both myself, Representative Matt Gaetz, and Representative Tim Burchett actually had response
responded and gone to investigate multiple Air Force pilots that had come forward in regards to UAP incidences that had occurred, and they were alleging that the Air Force was covering it up.
Interesting.
Right?
They said the Air Force was
Yeah,
what?
they go investigate it themselves.
They buried it
Man, what?
like it didn't even happen.
They ain't saying nothing.
Some stuff is not safe for civilians to know. Hey, y'all, listen. I keep telling y'all this is not my field of expertise, but let me just tell you something, right? If okay, this just an interesting example, right? If we were telling you ladies that you stand no chance in the woods with a bear, right?
Not the bear.
What type of chance do you think you stand with an unidentified extraterrestrial? I just want to know because, like, y'all, man, I'm just saying. Like, the way y'all be talking about it is like them people, they just like, if they are this fast and they can do all these things, if they wanted something done to you guys, I'm pretty sure it would have been done already. Like, come on, be easy. I'm being honest. Keep praying. Still be observant, but don't be worried. There's nothing to worry about. They don't want to do nothing to you. Most of them probably don't even think y'all are smart enough to understand what they have going on at the moment. Big facts. Smoke gang shit. Before we go.
Yeah, so that was that. And like, I'm happy to go into detail on that one. But what I will tell you is the stuff that I saw at Eglin, how the military responded, me being, a former service member, and then ultimately what I saw with the pushback of the military not even wanting to share with Congress information, which is a big problem because when you have Congress that's supposed to be the advocate and voice for the American people, the oversight body, and you're being denied access, not just from a base commander, but high level up at the Pentagon, even Secretary of Defense, it's a problem.
Do you think that it's possible that these are U.S. vehicles that are top secret?
I definitely think that there's a level of advanced technology that the U.S. government has. And I think that tech can be housed within the defense contractor realm. And of course, some information is going to be classified. But I can also tell you, and this might sound crazy, but based on our investigations and stuff that we've seen, okay, there is definitely something that I think would rival what we know currently with physics, and a tech that potentially is out there that we don't have the ability to reproduce, because it would basically be like dropping a cell phone right off back during the time of maybe caveman. So like, we just don't have the tech to develop it yet.
So now watch this. Let's go back to the scientists, right? In the theory that we just was talking about with the so-called extraterrestrials, right? What if the extraterrestrials are evolved humans? And what if they come back at certain moments and certain times to stop certain things from happening, to keep things going a certain kind of way?
So they can still hit their timeline? That makes sense.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I don't know. Hey.
I don't know. it's because this is a lot to take in, right?
It's interesting.
It's a lot to take in.
It's true.
Strange things in Congress.
Strange.
Smoke gang shit. Before we go.
What I can also tell you is, based on our interviews, and this has been something that you can go back and watch with the congressional hearings, but I was actually able to ask some of the witnesses, what are these things? And they keep saying interdimensional. And then when you talk about the interdimensional aspect of, are these things pre-existing, maybe outside of what we currently know as our own dimension, that stuff can kind of all sound crazy, but at the end of the day, my job as an investigator is to receive all the information, decipher it, and then ultimately, from a congressional aspect, if you do have contractors that are withholding information or operating outside of the purview of the federal government, there's budgetary issues, but there's definitely something that I can tell you with confidence that exists that we don't know how to explain currently.
After all her investigating and everything, she said I could definitely Definitely. It may be. It's a possibility. No. I worked on both sides of the fence. I can definitely.
It's almost like she guaranteed.
Yeah. She's like, I'll bet the house on it.
I just want y'all to hear this because, you know, a lot of y'all be talking about these things and y'all be so focused on it. Guess what? You were so focused on it, now they're ready to tell you. They're finna bring it all to the forefront just for you. Because I'm gonna tell you this, right? They brought out a movie when I was growing up called Men in Black. And it was so funny. Everybody was laughing at it. Even before that, they had a cartoon called The Jetsons. Right? And when I first seen all of that, even as a kid when I was growing up, I used to think that this was their way of telling us that our future is much different than what we might expect. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at things like the Jetsons and when you look at things like Men in Black, it just makes you get a picture of the government is trying to tell you when your mind is ready, certain things might be revealed to you and you may be entered into a different dimensional world. Or understanding. Red pill, blue pill. The Matrix. So, I'm just telling you, when y'all go looking for this type of stuff, it's here you go. They are bringing it all to the forefront now. I hope you're ready. Smoke gang shit. Before we go.
So when you say that it operates outside our understanding of physics, what specifically are you saying? Like what happened?
To I guess break it down in simple terms is that I think that some of the tech that exists, that whatever these things have, these energy things have.
Energy things? What do you mean?
Well, they call them interdimensional beings. I think that they can actually operate through the time spaces that we currently have. And
time.
Interdimensional beings that can operate on the outside of our time.
Yeah. But time no matter. It's not linear to them. They go and come to and fro like the angels that was going up back and forth on,
because if you read the Bible, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like angels or demons.
Well, I mean, they did say they were going to and fro when you asked them where y'all come from.
Whatever
to and fro,
you
up and down in the earth.
Whatever you choose to look at it as, angels or demons, but
aliens,
or you could extraterrestrials,
non-human intelligence,
whatever you want to call it,
interdimensional beings.
But she's telling us that there's definitely something.
It's something.
You guys wanted to know? Now you know. Hey, I didn't say
got more coming.
She's an investigator. They're finna unleash the files for you. You guys, this America is very they're very interested on being informed on all things government. So guess what? The government's like, here you have it.
Yeah, here you go.
Hope you can take it. Some of you guys got kids, or y'all so interested in things that you're really not interested in. You should probably quit advocating for things that you really don't want to know.
Can you
Smoke
imagine
gang
no more
shit.
Christmas?
Before we go, there isn't Christmas.
it's not something that I came up with on my own. That's based on stuff that we've seen. That's based on information that we've been told. And then also, too, I think that there's this historical aspect of, this gets into the deeper theories and concepts of religion and I think the history that we currently know and that kind of spins off into another topic of, you have the modern day Bible, you have this aspect of Bibles or books of the Bible that have been removed that explain and kind of touch on these topics.
Did she go there with it?
She just went there. That was hard right there.
Did she go there with it?
Hide her so she don't be hidden or be with the scientists.
She went there.
She
went to the book.
Yeah. Said, oh yeah, they threw them other books out. But the other books that they threw out kind of talk about this type of stuff. Pretty much. That's what it sounded like I heard. Something related to that.
Yo, she done did her homework.
That's what my understanding of what she just said was.
Rep. Anna Paulina Luna. Good job, you. She talking about the book, so that was her way of saying it may not be extraterrestrial.
Enoch, they talked about something similar in Enoch. Wheels in the wheel and all that stuff.
Spirits and things, whatever God put here is here.
Yeah.
Nothing we can do about it.
No.
Take it and go forward. And
God bless.
Amen. And forward we go.
And I think that we're in a time and age where you have such a vast amount of information that we have access to via social media, via your cell phone, via the internet. And so it's really changing the way that we understand, you know, the origins of life and the spiritual reality that we know.
When you
currently.
say interdimensional beings, that they know that these are interdimensional beings, how do they know that?
Based on testimony, would be based on witnesses that have come forward. But what I can tell
So
you
the
is
witnesses just were told that they were
that
interdimensional?
they've seen things. And what I can tell you without getting into classified conversations is that there have been incidences that I believe where very credible people have reported that there have been movement outside of time and space.
So I have a question. I have a question. How would they know? Right, don't get caught up in the wording. Don't get caught up in the story. Don't get caught up in the interest. How would they know that there's been movement between time and space? How would they know? Father God, Lord Jesus Christ. Hope y'all people ain't trying to touch on stuff y'all ain't supposed to be trying to touch on. How would y'all know there's been movement between time and space? How would y'all know this? You gotta have good cameras to record that type of stuff. You gotta have really, really, really good cameras to record that type of stuff. That lady said they know for sure that there has been movement between time and space. How can they know that? Smoke ain't shit. I was just throwing it out there. Y'all tell me what y'all know in the comments. We need to talk about this. This is a subject that we need to talk about. How would they know? And all the stuff that she's telling us, like she's telling us that there are beings that actually move in between time and space. Not just they know, she's telling us that they do it. It happens. These things are happening. Smoke ain't shit. I just throw it out there for you again. You guys wanted to know. You want to know, are we with aliens? Well, now you know you're with aliens. You're with extraterrestrials.
Or something.
Or phenomenons. Whatever you want to call it. They're moving between interdimensional beings.
Interdimensional beings.
Interdimensional beings. And they're moving between time and space. Smoke ain't shit. Strange things in Congress. Before we go.
That's very vague.
Yeah. So, look.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Look. Have I seen a portal open? No. Have I seen a spaceship? Personally, no. Have I seen evidence of this? Yes. Have I seen photo documentation of aircraft that I believe were not made by mankind? Yes. Is there
She has seen photographic proof of aircrafts that she does not think was made by mankind. Not just by the Americans or the Europeans, not just by the Germans or the Chinese or the Russians. She said by mankind. I don't think humans have the technology to create this unidentified aerial phenomenon that I've seen. The aircraft that she's talking about. Smoke ain't shit. Before we go, just very interesting to me. I mean, you know, it's not my topic of expertise, but it's interesting, right? It's very interesting. Before we go, smoke ain't shit.
historical significance to this? Yes. Is there multiple events that go back to, I would argue, maybe even before the time of Christ that have documented this in text? Yes. So do I believe that the government has access to certain technology? Yes, to an extent. And I believe that certain contractors potentially have back engineered this tech. I think that that's what can explain the advancements that we're seeing. But I also believe that this is a dangerous level of hidden information from the American people, because if you have an aspect of the federal government, which I can tell you, I, with 2 other members of Congress, were denied access to information at Eglin Air Force Base pertaining to whistleblowers because of the fact, and we can get into that story and what happened at Eglin in a second, but we were denied access and told that we don't have security clearance or the read-in authority on a special access program. That's a problem, because I'm supposed to represent and be an investigative body, and you have then people who are unelected that are operating basically in secrecy, and that's a problem. That's a big problem.
She said these people are operating in secrecy. And you guys wonder where there are so many conspiracy theorists in the world. Do you hear what the people that work for the government come on these platforms and on television and they tell us? You can go back years and years and years. People from the government have been getting on television and telling us, well, we know they're trying to keep this from you, but yeah, this is what's really happening. They say it all the time. They come out with more and more and more and more juice. I can't remember what was going on when the movie Men in Black came out. I cannot remember what was going on. But something was happening, and then the movie Men in Black came out, and I was like, oh, okay, it all makes sense now. It all makes fucking sense. Y'all got to keep up with the government. They be trying to tell y'all, yeah, it's other shit out here, but most of the time it's nothing you got to worry about, because they not trying to worry about you.
Yesterday's science fiction becomes today's science.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, basically, if y'all ain't hip to the movie Men in Black, go look it up. They got like 3 of them or something like that. And yeah, just take them in and see like what is really trying to show you in reality. You know what I'm saying?
The old series called
Don't just be entertained.
The Visitors, or V, and they had kind of like these lizard people, but that's a whole nother wormhole, rabbit hole they probably don't want to jump down, but it may be relevant with these things going on. Like I said, I'm not sure what's going on. We're digging through it the same way. So, but they check that out as well. It's a series called Visitors in the 80s. Man, it's an alien extraterrestrial movie. Check it out.
Listen, these things have been out for years and years and years. They've been telling you guys, and they also been telling you guys, stop worrying, because you're worrying them.
Right.
You worrying about them is worrying them.
Yeah, don't worry them. We don't need
right. Smoke gang shit. Forward we go.
And so how do these people have the authority to do that?
I think it's been decades of classified secret information, then also this aspect of the intelligence community that's been empowered. And it's kind of serendipitous with timing, because when you talk about the intelligence communities and what they've done essentially to the trust in this country with the American people, I think this goes all the way back even into JFK, with how they basically have operated outside of the purview of Congress and basically to an extent have gone rogue up until recently. You're seeing a big push and pull to try to rein in these intelligence agencies currently.
Yeah. So what I want to bring it back to evidence. You said that you've seen evidence. Like, what kind of evidence have you seen?
I have seen photos. I have seen...
what have you seen photos of?
So I was in a skiff, and I can't discuss all that was in a skiff, but what I can tell you is based on the photos that I've seen, I'm very confident that there's things out there that have not been created by mankind.
With AI,
you can create any character you want in seconds.
This used to require huge Hollywood.
It seems crazy that.
So that is the second time. So the first thing that she actually told us was she was sure that they're interdimensional beings passing through time and space. Then she just told us she's seen photos that she's sure the things she's seen in the photos were not made by mankind. Keep up. Smoke ain't shit. Before we go.
People have access to information that shows that there's something outside of us that is more intelligent, at least more capable than we are, and they hide it from everybody else.
What I can tell you is that when you have thousands upon thousands of people around the planet throughout time that have reported something,
right?
To say that those people are crazy, to say that, you know, the whole concept of even just asking the question that you might not necessarily be psychologically sound, that in itself, you know, that's a disinformation campaign to get people to shut up about it. And that's a problem. We know that the U.S. government has not exactly been clean in a lot of what they've done with the American people, specifically to the topic of UFOs.
Which makes you think that it's probably because there's something there. If you think about
Of course. I'm with Joe on this. Of course. Like, what else would you think other than it gotta be something? Why? What are you hiding? Like, we all are human, right? If we all are human, if we're all human beings, then there should be nothing that's hidden from one human to another. But if it's something that's unhuman, unknown, now that's a different story. Smoke gang shit before we go.
motivation they had with Project Blue Book. When J. Allen Hynek was running Project Blue Book, this specific intention was to discredit all stories.
And he ended up ultimately, though, after all of his investigations, becoming someone that was like, I think there's something here. But that's true. By the way, a lot of people might not necessarily go onto Google and look up that information, but you can actually look up the declassified reports from Project Blue Book. What's also interesting, though, is when we're talking about tech, right, the ability.
Yeah, I'm going to pause it for y'all, and I'm going to give y'all that again, Project Blue Book. You can go look it up if this is something that you're interested in. I'm probably not, but you know, you guys, this is your thing. So, with that being your thing, look it up, come back and put in the comments what you found out. I would like to know. I'm just curious what you guys find out. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what we know from the Gov. You know, they ain't telling us everything. So come back and tell us what you found out. Smoke gang shit before we go.
For this tech, being that it exists to change dependence for entire governments on things like fossil fuel, et cetera, you know, it's look, I think everyone has a moral obligation to do what they think is right, okay? And so if you're in a position of power and you see something wrong and you're not addressing it, I think, you know, this in itself, getting the truth out there for people to decide for themselves. I'm not telling you what to believe. I'm just telling you in our investigations and what we are pushing for in regards to transparency. I would like to see the federal government roll out some of the stuff that we've been given access to, because I think that information belongs in the hands of the American people. And it's not even just the U.S. government. I mean, there's other countries around the world that have done certain things like this. Now, look, I've had a lot of crazy people show up at my office and say, you know, I've heard it all. Yeah, I've been to Mars. You know, I have a chip in my brain, all this stuff.
They all have chips.
We had this one guy that showed up that was like trying to give us a USB. He's like, put this in your computer. They're going to kill me for this. And like runs away. And I'm like, I'm not putting that in my computer. But based on our investigations, what I will tell you is, you know, there's been 2 members of Congress that are actually helping to lead out these investigations with me. And the reason I say that is because up until last Congress, if you even said the word UAP or UFO, people actually told us that if we went forward with these investigations that we were going to ruin our political careers. And so, you know, we're in the mindset of, well, like, why wouldn't we ask these questions? And also, too, if no one wants to touch it, like, there has to be something here, right?
Right.
And so in these investigations, I mean, the amount of people that will come up to us, very successful people, to multiple members of Congress that believe the same thing, it's definitely changed in regards to the stigma that used to exist about disclosure and all this. And so what we're trying to do currently was there's a big documentary that was filmed about 1.5 years ago, and we're trying to get a screening up on Capitol Hill. But look, I think a lot of people say, well, this is a distraction from everything else happening in the country right now. And all I'm simply trying to say is it's not a distraction. The people that are kind of helping to divulge all this information, you have an intelligence community, you know, Tulsi Gabbard, Radcliffe, Kash Patel. They have been truly, in regards to our other investors.
I looked over at him because them his homeboys. He talk about them all the time. Bro, you hear him, bro? You hear him?
Yeah, a lot of high level people she naming off right now.
He be listening to these guys.
And credibility, and you can see it in her face, just how honest,
genuine she's being right now.
Genuine right now about what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Right. She's part of it. Just the intelligence community in itself. You gotta think about that. They really gotta think for them and think for the people. Should we give them this now or not? You don't want to give a baby a gun. I understand. You know what I'm saying? You don't want him to hurt himself or things like that. You can do that with technology and things like that. So
absolutely,
I get it. I
get it too. Before we go, smoke gang shit. It's just sometimes
we want to know.
You gotta baby steps.
They're here.
Baby steps.
They're here.
Baby steps. Smoke gang shit. Before we go.
Extremely transparent and wanting to get this information out. But it doesn't mean that within these intelligence communities there isn't pushback. And so part of the reason why the task force was formed pertaining to things like UAP, pertaining to things like the Jeffrey Epstein stuff, pertaining to things like the JFK, MLK, and RFK investigations is because even though we don't hold declassification authority, what we're trying to do is push these agencies and be, if you will, the pit bull and the attack dog on trying to get this information released. And to a lot of these agencies' credits, they've been extremely transparent, and we have gotten wins specifically on the JFK stuff, and we're still looking to declassify and ask specifically on the UAP topic.
What would be the rationale for keeping a photograph of a known absolute not of this world craft from the American people or from the world? Why would anybody think that would be the smart thing to do, is to limit the access of that information to a very small amount of people?
I think that part of the fear is that you have advice.
Before she even say what she gonna say, let me tell you why I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you probably only got a handful of people that can just accept it and be like, oh, okay, cool. They just go on with their daily life.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably got a handful of people that's gonna be so interested in it that, that they're gonna go and start, doing all type of crazy stuff to try to get their attention, right? But then you're going to have those antis who are going to wage war against someone that they don't even, something that they don't even understand, yet alone know.
Yeah.
You get it? So,
territorial species we are.
Baby steps. Baby steps. Some stuff you just can't just drop on the table like, yo, here's dinner, right? Sometimes you got to get a kid. You start off with the baby food, then you give them mashed potatoes. From mashed potatoes, you give them tuna fish, right? So baby steps.
Way up to the steak.
You know what I'm saying? Baby
Milk
steps.
to meat.
Smoke gang shit. Just keep up, y'all. It's a big old new world we live in. Just
they're here.
Before we go.
To think that, the American people or humanity might not be able to handle it. There's this protective complex, but then also too, I think when you are talking about these things, for a lot of people, I think that it kind of can rock your world a little bit in regards to where you stand in a faith perspective, and then also too, an aspect of, well, how do you even begin to explain it? And all I'm going to say is, look, and we can go into some of the books that were removed from what we know as the modern day Bible, but I read.
She doing it again. I was finna say something, but she doing it again.
Interesting.
Listen, this lady is very well versed in whatever it is that she does. Whatever her job is, she is good at it. She keeps saying she's an investigator. I'm not absolutely sure what kind, because I don't think she just investigates extraterrestrial things. But whatever her job is, she is good at it.
Remember, she mentioned something about having to interview the military people that were there when they saw the UAPs and the USPs, and they were saying that the military wouldn't let them speak about it, so she had to come investigate.
She be tying stuff to the Bible. She be tying stuff to everyday life just so you can get a better understanding of what she's saying. I like her. She good at her job. I like her. Before we go, I just want to say that I like her. She good at this shit. Even if I don't believe in this shit, like, just to know certain things, it's like, all right, cool.
Through the Book of Enoch multiple times. And I'm not saying that these things are angels. Okay, that's not at all what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that depending on where you are in regards to your whole perspective on whether or not God exists, like I believe in God, I'm a Christian.
I don't even know what more to say. Ding, 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 ding. God always, I tell y'all all the time. This lady who studies these extraterrestrial things.
God bless.
She said, I believe in God. I'm a Christian. She believes in Jesus Christ. She's a Christian. I just want y'all to keep up. She telling y'all, listen, no. There's a higher power over all of them, over all the things that I've seen. And trust me, I know, because he's kept me safe in so many situations. Before we go, I'm going to leave it like that. I don't know this, but she's telling us she's a Christian. Right after she told us all these things about UAPs and interdimensional beings and...
God bless.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord Jesus Christ. Before we go.
There has to have been, and there's admissions that there was other creations that God made, but that we were the most prized creation. And so I think that this can open up a bigger topic of discussion.
Okay, so we've watched about the missing scientists, and we watched about the UAPs and the interdimensional beings, right? But I got something else that I don't even know exactly what it's about, but I do know it is going to be talking about the UAPs.
Interesting.
And this one was a day ago. So, Smoke Gang shit before we go. Let's jump right off into it and see what we got. See what we got, gang.
No.
Alrighty.
Is this?
Alrighty, we got Dr. Phil.
Phil talking about aliens? You got to be kidding me.
Dr. Phil says UFOs. Can we handle the truth about alien life?
You got it. Not the site. Yeah, right.
Listen, they getting information. They giving people this information, and they just want everybody to have this information so everybody can be content.
No way Phil is on it.
With, knowing what they wanted to know, knowing the things that you guys wanted to know. You guys have been hounding. Tell us, are there aliens? Tell us, do we live with other beings? Tell us, can they hurt us? Or will they harm us? What will they do to us? Are we safe? Can we still be comfortable taking our kids to the park? Can we drink our water? What is happening? Well, let's listen to Dr. Phil and see what he has to say on the topic. Smoke Gang shit before we go.
It's mind-boggling. They're real. They're not being kept in
Area 51.
Area 51.
This country would have come unglued if they would have.
Yo, I ought to start it over. It started with Obama. I ought to start it. It started with Obama. Man. Did y'all see? It started with Obama.
There.
This is interesting, gang. Smoke Gang. This is, you know what? And I ain't even got no more blunts. And it's just been, we've been sitting here. That's why I put my piece of blunt out, because we ain't got no more blunts, so I got to go to the store. But I had to do this live first because this shit had just came to me and somebody was telling us, like, yo, y'all should probably jump on this. This might be interesting. I'm like, yo, let me check it out real quick. He gave me the topic and I was like, oh, that shit might be interesting.
They're here!
Smoke Gang shit. You hear me? All right, Smoke Gang, let's jump off into the video. I ain't gonna rewind it, but let's just know that Obama said they're not being kept in Area 51. I heard that myself. Before we go, Smoke Gang shit.
Heard all that I heard.
If they've been able to travel and come here, we're dealing with a different breed of cat. Welcome to today's real story. I'm going to talk about something today that you might think starting out's a little kooky. It's not kooky. You're being lied to by omission, and I'm concerned about that.
Dr. Phil said we are being lied to by omission.
They just gonna leave it out, huh?
And he is concerned about that. And I'm with Dr. I'm with Dr. Phil.
You know what Dr. Phil is, don't they?
Man, Dr. Phil ain't playing no games out here. Listen, you ain't gonna lie to these people. You're not gonna keep lying to these people,
By
trying to
not
get these
telling
people
them.
all in the
By omission.
uproar, trying to get these people all scared and nervous and fearful and shit. Yeah, because Dr. Phil, he finna touch on something. I already know. Smoke Gang shit. Before we go, listen, something strange in Congress. Smoke Gang shit. Before we go.
There's a reason for it, maybe there's not. But stick with me here because this may be and absolutely should be extremely thought-provoking. The government has documented information about what
I couldn't get it all, y'all. I was trying to get it all up so I could read it to y'all, but I can't get it all on the screen. So we just gonna let Phil talk about it before we go.
typically been referred to as UFOs and alien life forces, or what are now being referred to as UAP. And they're keeping this information from you, from me, from everybody.
New word, Smoke Gang. New word. Unidentified anomalous phenomenon. Keep up before we go.
This is an ET.
E.T. phone home.
It's not Close Encounters of the Third Kind or War of the Worlds.
This could be the beginning of the end for the human race.
I'm talking about the real story.
I'm so glad Dr. Phil reassured you guys what I was telling you guys. Stop worrying about them. The government doesn't release these things because they don't want you to worry about them.
Don't panic.
The more you worry about them, the more they're worried about why you're worried about them.
Don't panic.
Right? So just imagine if you are a guy who has, or a woman, you have a nice job, a nice family, you moving into a new neighborhood, you know nobody, you guys keep your head down, you don't say anything to anyone, you go to work, you come home, you pay your bills, you take care of your kids. That's it, that's all.
Bada boom, bada
But the
bing.
nosy neighbor down the street keeps looking into you. He's so worried, or she's so worried about you. They know nothing about you. They don't know what you do for work. They don't know what school your kids go to. They don't even know how you got the money to afford to move in their neighborhood. But they're so worried about you. So they start taking pictures and they start doing homework and they start digging and digging and digging into your life. You see where I'm going with this? Right? Right? I just want you to get an understanding
Leave the aliens alone.
why the government don't want you guys to keep worrying about these things. Even if they're there, they don't want to bother you. And they don't want you bothering them. Leave them. Smoke Gang shit.
They're here.
the possibility of alien life. This is something that has really evolved across time. It used to be whenever they would see something in the sky, they'd interview somebody, and it was all somebody seemingly from the South. He had on one of these caps with 2 beers on each side and a t-shirt that said, "Hey, I'm with Stupid."
I swear it was a silver disc hovering right over the water. Are you sure? Did it land? It landed. No, it just...
So it was always a little suspect, like, yeah, okay, they got some mouth breather that's drunk down at the lake. He's too drunk to fish, and he saw something that he thought, well, I'll talk about this. But if you notice that that's not what's going on lately, we're seeing reports from more legitimate sources than some guy that's drunk at the lake. We're seeing reports from airline pilots, military pilots, and members of the government who have access to certain archives and information that are saying, you don't have all the information here. The real story isn't whether you believe or whether you don't. The real story is whether the government should treat Americans like adults and release what it has. Now, there's a debate about that. We're going to get to that in a minute. There's a growing list of politicians now pushing for the release of classified documents related to unexplained aerial phenomenon, or UFOs, whatever you want to call them. Now, at the top of the list is Tim Burchett. He's a Republican from Tennessee, and he's a member of the House Task Force on Declassification of Federal Secrets. Just weeks ago, he said he was briefed on material related to extraterrestrial life.
I was briefed last week on an issue, or 2 weeks ago, and it would have set the earth on it. This country would have come unglued, I think.
American people. Now do you understand? These people are the higher ups, and they know things that you don't know because they also know that you will not be able to handle the truth. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
They're here!
Sorry to tell you, you just can't. And this is why they don't want to give you guys what you guys are asking for, because if they tell you everything that they really know, it will probably scare you shitless. You will probably want to take your kids and move to Mars or something where they're from.
Elon.
Some no gang shit. Before we go.
Would have heard all that I heard. If they would release the things that I've seen, you would stay up. You'd be up at night worrying about or thinking about this stuff.
Yep.
Right back to what I just said. They do not want you guys thinking about these things.
Insomnia.
And the more you think about these things, the more they're going to give you, because you guys keep talking about it, but they're telling you once you find out all the things that you're looking for, you're not going to be able to sleep. Probably not going to be able to eat. You're going to be so nervous. You're going to be scared shitless.
It's E.T.
Stop worrying about things that were not meant for you to worry about. Trust me. Listen, learn to laugh. It'll help. Trust me. I'm just telling you. Blow that shit off. Whatever you thought you knew.
Cast them worried on the
Don't even worry about it. Just go grab your Bible and start reading all the Bible books and catch back up to the Lord. Trust me, He'll get you through it. Some more gang shit before we go.
The Congresswoman Lunar requested 46 videos from the Department of Defense. April 14th was the deadline to turn those over. They did not. The U.S. Department of Defense said in a statement it's, quote, working in close coordination with the White House and across federal agencies to consolidate records and release new UAP information. Why is it taking so long? Back in February, Donald Trump said he's directing Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and other relevant agencies to start identifying and releasing UFO-related government files.
Listen. Y'all really don't understand why the government, listen, I may not like some of the things that our government do, right? I may not like some Democrats. I may not like some Republicans, whatever the case might be. Whoop-de-doo, right? The thing is, though, right? These people have went to school for a long, long time, worked really, really, really hard to get into the positions that they're in. The capacity of intelligence that their brain power has is probably way more than most of you all could even fathom. And I'm not insulting anybody. Like, I probably couldn't handle half of the shit that these people know. You understand? Like, these people probably know some things that you will never, ever know. You understand? Like, they work they are the higher ups in the government. We're not talking about like your city council members or like a first year congressman. No. We are talking about people who've been in the government for years and years and years and studied these things. Obama himself said, listen, there's things that we couldn't even put in Area 51. I'm just telling y'all. Did you see how fast Obama hair got gray when did you see how fast Trump hair went gray when he got? Do y'all know why the president's hair becomes gray so fast? Have you ever heard that a gray-haired person means he has a lot of wisdom? What do you think that means? Those people became president of the United States of America and found out information that they would have never, ever even fathomed in their life, even knowing the things that they knew. They probably don't sleep now. Why you think the president always on a private jet flying across to a meeting here, there, and everywhere else? They don't sleep no more. They become known to things that we will never, ever even, some of the crazy thoughts that y'all think, right? They know shit even crazier than what you think. I just figured I'd tell you because y'all be so worried about some of the wrong shit. Y'all be so worried about shit that can do nothing to you, shit that can't harm you, shit that can't bother you. But you make an uproar and a fuss about it. Like, it's just a detriment. Imagine if you was to tell your mother, who's 75 years old, Mom, they discovered aliens. Actually, you know what? A 75-year-old person might even actually be like, you know what? I knew it. But tell your little 30-year-old sister that. Who got 4 kids. Right? You see what I'm saying? Like, y'all gotta start to think about other people. Stop being so selfish and start considering the fact that the government is not releasing certain things because certain people couldn't handle it even if they did. It would be riots and uproars all over the country, maybe even the world. You understand? Y'all asking for stuff that y'all are not prepared for. Most of you are not prepared for what you're asking for. We should actually be thankful that God put people in place to be able to put borders and boundaries around you guys so you didn't know certain things. And that's why Trump is doing what he's doing now with the gender thing. There were men and there were women. All this extra stuff that y'all got going on. No. We got to get back to a place where people can actually live in reality and be comfortable in the reality that they're living in and stop worrying people and scaring people and making people curious about things that do not have nothing to do with them. Nothing to do with how their life is going. Like, for real, like, let's just think about it. All the people the majority of the people that said they've seen a UAP or UFO or whatever the case, the majority of them people have never seen it again and have never been bothered by one of those people that they say they've seen. But they worry about it their whole lives. Most people go in their homes and stay in their homes. They put aluminum across their windows and don't live a life anymore. They're here. They get so scared to go outside or to even talk to people because of what they feel they've seen. We need to stop doing that. Stop putting your mind on something that, even if it's real, it's not bothering you. It's not. It's just like air. We know air is real, but we can't see air, right? So leave it where it's at. Let it do what it's doing. It ain't bothering you none. And you know what? If you one of those people that you may actually be being bothered by it, then you know that's a different story. There's government agencies and things that you can actually contact. And I'm sure that if you're being bothered by a UAP or a UFO or an interdimensional being,
someone will be reaching out to you.
They will definitely reach out to you. Smoke gang shit before we go.
About footage captured by the U.S. military over war zones, oceans, and restricted airspace. Objects described as cigar-shaped, tic-tac-like, moving in ways that don't match known aircraft. Some of these incidents were reportedly recorded over places like Iraq and Syria, but also a lot closer to home. In 2023, over Lake Huron, Joe Biden ordered a U.S. fighter jet to shoot down an unidentified object that was flying over the lake, flying at 20,000 feet. And here.
Wait, so y'all telling me some shit got shot down out here in Michigan and we ain't know about it?
I did.
What? Huh?
I mean, yeah, they're gonna expound on it a little more, but they wasn't really sure if it's like weather balloons and things like that. It was around the same time a few other things got shot down as well, around the same time.
So they was just shooting shit down over in Michigan,
I mean,
huh?
it's unidentified, anomalous
phenomenon.
Yeah.
Shooting shit down over
I
in
don't
Michigan,
know what it is.
man.
It could be a weather balloon. It could be a spy
You Michigan
balloon.
motherfuckers better stop thinking about motherfucking aliens, god dog it. You hear what the fuck I'm telling you? Get that motherfucking shit out your head, because we don't want no fucking aliens here. Motherfucker. You fucks. Smoke gang shit before we go.
Ezekiel's.
The thing about that, it had no clear signs of propulsion, no confirmed origin, and to this day, there's been no real explanation. What?
Wait. So
they never talked about it.
They said it didn't have no rockets on it. It didn't have no propellers.
No propulsion.
No kind of propulsion device.
It was flying around.
And they still don't know where it even came from. So was it a stealth drone that somebody has made, a more powerful drone that somebody sold to their government?
With no heat signature and things like that, though. Too.
And things like that can fly under all of the radars. Listen, America, I know y'all working on it, and I know y'all working diligently, but stop scaring American people. You know this was a thing that you should have kept to yourself. Why would you tell them that? Oh, people seen it, huh?
Yeah.
I get it. See, now people...
Well, Biden ordered it to be shot down.
See? There you go. Right? So they shot it down, and when they shot it down, did they go and get it to investigate it?
Let's see what
right? Yeah. So it's just things like that. They don't know where it came from, and no propulsion device, no propellers, no rockets, none of these things, but it was flying and it was shot down. Smoke gang shit, before we go, let's keep up with the story and see where we at.
Shot down? Did they recover it? What happened? That same year, the U.S. military shot down multiple unidentified objects over North America, and we still have little idea what they were. Now, speaking of past presidents, in February, President Obama was asked directly about aliens.
Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in, what is it?
Area 51?
Area 51.
They are real.
Listen, I just want y'all to know that Obama probably got a couple shots in that espresso.
Yeah.
That nigga head went to bobbly head when that nigga answered that question.
They're real.
That nigga head went to
Oh,
bobbly head when he answered
real.
that question. Oh yeah, buddy.
They're real.
They're real, but I haven't seen them. No,
they're
not me.
not
Not good
area
old Obama. I haven't seen those
51.
things. Not at all. Not me. Not me. No, sir.
They're real.
They're real, but they're not over there in that place. What'd you call it? Area 51.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're not there. They're not there. No, sir. No, sir. They're not there. Smoke ain't shit before we go. This is Obama, y'all.
Shut
This is
up.
Obama. He said that. We listening.
You see everything.
Hey. He's never seen them. But they're real.
They're real.
Remember, he was the
did say that,
president
though.
of
He
the
said-
president of the United States.
He did say they were real.
I want y'all to know that he told y'all what he told y'all.
Fast too. Real fast.
He did that so you guys could know the so-called most powerful man in the world knows that they're real and they didn't bother him. Cool? Cool. Smoke gang shit before we go.
Idea of what they were. Now, speaking of past presidents, in February, President Obama was asked directly about aliens.
Are aliens real?
Y'all make sure y'all.
You gotta take a breath before he answer this one, like man.
Y'all make sure y'all watch
How you
Obama.
answer it? I better answer this shit fast.
Make sure y'all
Maybe
watch
don't catch
Obama
it. They're real.
head.
Oh yeah, keep going.
Watch Obama head when he answered this question. It's almost like this question made him a little nervous. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lies. It's almost like this question made him a little nervous, bro. Listen, it's too funny too for real. Cause watch how he answered this motherfucker.
We walk out.
Smoke gang shit before we go.
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in what is it?
Area 51?
Area 51. There's no underground facility unless there's this enormous conspiracy, and they hid it from the President of the United States.
Unless it's a possibility.
Unless they
Just
hid
let y'all
it
know.
from the
They hid it
president
from
of
me.
the United States.
Just gonna let y'all know, but they're real though.
But look at my boy Trump, like, yo, let's
Let the world know.
let's give them these files real quick.
Crack
They
the
want to
files
know.
open.
Fuck it, we gonna tell. Obama tried to tell them, you know, they're real, but he didn't tell them what was real. Let's show them what we got.
It's true, like this shit shaped like a cross. It had 8 points on it.
My dog Trump, like, let's show them what we got, gang. They want to know.
They want to know so bad.
Roll out the.
Oh my god, you gotta do it.
Roll out the beautiful B footage.
So happy to be in time, but we've literally had some of the most entertaining presidents in our time.
This is
in the
very
era.
true.
We've had the most entertaining presidents.
Very, very true. Absolutely. Listen, my dog Obama say, listen, they're real. They're definitely
Biden
real.
kind of panned it out for everyone else.
But
He
they're
kinda evened it out, I guess.
they're not in a place Area 51. There is no underground, secret underground.
But if it is,
it's the biggest conspiracy
they kept it from me.
ever happened. They hid it from the President of the United States of America.
My God.
Smoke gang shit.
Obama,
You can't make this shit up, bro. You
And he
cannot
got a
make
jump
this
shot.
shit up. My nigga Obama, boy.
stepped back
My
from the
nigga
jump shot.
Obama.
Obama,
Smoke gang shit.
Let's go.
Before we go, y'all. Jesus.
Area 51 supposedly houses alien bodies, secret treaties with extraterrestrials, reverse engineered alien spacecraft. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is this: confirmed unknown objects, 100% real based on military data. U.S. Navy pilots have reported objects with no visible propulsion, extreme speed. I'm talking lightning speed, and unusual movement. And by unusual movement, I mean the ability to go at such high speeds that we have nothing that moves that fast and then stop so instantly that the g-forces of deceleration would kill anyone that was on board that we know about. The Pentagon has confirmed several videos are real UAP footage, not necessarily aliens, but unidentified.
Fine shit there.
So, guys, Smoke Gang. What do y'all think about this? Well, like, tell me, what do y'all think about this? This is, I only did this story because I knew it was going to be interesting, one. But two, a lot of people really do believe in aliens and extraterrestrials and, you know, unknown things and things of that nature. Like, I don't believe or disbelieve. I just feel like I believe in Lord Jesus Christ, Father God. If it is out there and it's meant for me to know, then I will. And if it's not meant for me to know, then I won't. And I don't go searching, right? But somebody talked to me about this last night, about the lady Luna. He was like, yo, she did an interview. You should go and check it out. And I was like, you know what, brother, for you, we'll do that. And since the homie was interested in it too, I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and run this and see what we get. And I'm very interested in this, you know, unidentified
anomalous.
Anomalous.
And that was anomalous, you guys.
Anomalous phenomenon.
Yeah.
So they keep changing the name.
What's
so,
gonna be next?
You know, I'm just saying, like, just
UFOs?
if you ever seen one, tell me in the comments. You know what I'm saying? If you've seen one of these things before, let me know in the comments. I would like to know. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, if you know someone or you know any more about the topic that we've been over, the missing scientists, the UFOs, the UAPs, the interdimension beings, if you know anything about any of these topics, non-human intelligence, if you know anything about these topics, tell me something in the comments. Let's have a conversation. Smoke Gang shit before we go.
Oh my gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
After the interview, Obama clarified his statement about alien life. He posted this. Statistically, the universe is so vast that the odds are good there's life out there. But the distances between solar systems are so great that the chances we've been visited by aliens is low, and I saw no evidence during my presidency that extraterrestrials made contact with us. That sounds fishy to me. He says, look, it's a long way between solar systems, so we're probably not alone, but I saw no evidence during my presidency that we've been visited. So there's probably aliens, but no, not on my watch. Here's the point. I want you to get past for me in your thinking whether you believe in them or whether you don't.
Even the aliens don't want to deal with the black folks.
Only 3 of a human being.
Just kidding.
Play with us like that.
But Obama himself said he didn't see any extraterrestrials. And I could only wonder. Right? They just showed us a whole video where it was something that they didn't know what the fuck it was flying. It was doing shit that they said no human aircraft could do. And then it just got the fuck out of there.
I'm surprised he didn't say.
Then it just got the fuck out of there.
Right. I'm surprised he didn't say, I've been here 8 years. I didn't see it, and I'm still alive.
You know what I'm saying? The scientists told us, listen, I'm a scientist and I'm still alive.
Furthermore, maybe not.
Smoke Gang shit before we go.
Let's not talk about that. That's not what I'm here to talk about. I want you to assume with me, for the purposes of this conversation, that alien life that these unexplained aerial phenomenon, UFOs, are real. Just for the purposes of this conversation, you can go back to thinking whatever you want when we're done, but just go down hypothetical highway with me here for a minute.
Sound like the good doctor is about to take y'all down one of the roads that I took y'all down.
Interesting question.
Before we go, let's see what he got.
If that's true, and that is confirmed by the government, it will be the most consequential disclosure in modern history. Now, what would that mean to you? Is it true that that would set the earth on fire? Would people just go into a panic? What are the implications of this?
Why is the first question Dr. Field asked about what would people do if they found out about this? Why was his first question is, would they go into a panic? Would the world get set on fire? Because a lot of people still cannot fathom that there may be something other than you in the world. All you gotta do is read the Bible. Just pick it up and tell you a lot of stuff. Smoke ain't shit. Before we go.
Public trust in science, government, and media would be deeply tested, right? If this has been going on and we have had hard evidence for a while and it's been hidden from us, are you going to feel betrayed? Clearly, you're going to have to be.
See, and then that's the thing right there.
Not trusting that type shit.
See, that's the thing right there, right? Would you feel betrayed, right? And you really got to think about it. If the government that we voted for is protecting us from the things that we voted them to protect us from, why would we feel betrayed? Again, the first question Dr. Field asked is, would the world be set on fire? Would everyone be in chaos and would it be pandemonium? You understand? Would people be in so much panic that people just start doing very strange and erratic things? Right? There are people who drink liquor. There are people who snort cocaine. There are people who snort heroin. There are people who smoke marijuana. There are people who take Xanaxes and Vicodins and Percocets and whatever the fuck. People do all types of drugs. People meditate and pray to different things or whatever the case might be. People believe in voodoo and hoodoo and all these things, man. And this is the point that I'm getting at, man. Y'all is already a lot going on, right? We got enough to deal with just dealing with people in different religions. Do you really think we need extraterrestrials as well? Damn! Right? Like, people can't even get along with people. Damn! People will probably just start offing people. Like, shit, this nigga might be an alien. Fuck that. I knew it was a reason I ain't like this nigga.
No.
Listen, y'all gotta think of how people think, man. Y'all really gotta think of how people think. See, a lot of y'all ain't never studied psychology, or a lot of y'all ain't never liked little shows that really focused on psychology, Criminal Minds, The Mentalist, Lie to Me, things like that. These are all shows that focus on the psychology of a person, how people think, what possibly made them do that because of how they think. Did the drugs have a big part in this, or what was going on with this person when they did that. And if you have not paid attention, a lot of these things happen because people be erratic. They come across information that pushes them into overload mode. Things that they never thought that they would come across, things that would happen to them that no one ever think would happen to them, and then it sends them into a frenzy. If some of these people get this type of information, they possibly will go into a frenzy. And you understand? Some people will lose loved ones just because the government told them that they were extraterrestrials. So then they went out and lost their mind and tried to, you know what I'm saying? Now they trying to find aliens. They blowing people down that they think aliens and all this stuff. And now the government got to come out and lock people up and unalive people as well, because who knows how far people will actually take it if they really, you understand what I'm saying?
I knew he ain't never come outside for a reason. Hey.
Smoke gang shit, forward we go. You understand what I'm saying? This shit is crazy.
They're here!
Forward we go.
But then you've got to start thinking about what this means. The paradigm shifts in physics, astronomy, and biology with a rapid reevaluation of foundational theories. And let me tell you what I mean by that. You have to understand that it would take 2.5 million years traveling at the speed of light to reach the nearest galaxy. Now, we don't know how to travel at the speed of light. Okay, so just think.
I think so as well, CJ. I promise you I do. But it's just not my topic of expertise. And I don't really be jumping down the rabbit hole of aliens and interdimensional beings and non-human intelligence and things of that nature, right? But somebody brought it to me and I thought it was super interesting. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it, let's check this out and let's get it to the people.
Scientists missing and stuff.
Yeah,
general
it's
missing.
scientists.
It
It was an actual general who had been retired for 10 years and he just up and left his home and missing or dead or whatever. So all these things kind of sort of, you know what I mean? It's just a bit much going on in the government right now. Strange things in the government. You know what I'm saying? Smoke gang shit. Forward we go.
About that. We don't have the ability to travel at the speed of light, but if we did, it would take 2.5 million years to get to the edge of the nearest galaxy. But if we traveled at the speeds that we have the ability to travel, it would take 1 billion years to get to the edge of the nearest galaxy. Okay, now why am I pointing that out? I'm pointing that out because if somebody has visited us, if someone has come here, they must be a lot more advanced than we are. If they've been able to travel what would take 1 billion years with our current technology and come here, we're dealing with a different breed of cat than you would meet even at MIT or wherever.
Or
they're here.
We're dealing with a cast of people who used to go to MIT years ago. And they continued their craft and they moved forward in life. And now they're coming back to give jewels to the other MITers about the jewels that they should have. And maybe they're moving forward as well. Who knows? But the missing scientists and things like that, that's the interesting thing, because you never know what's really happening with these people. Like the one scientist guy was trying to say they maybe was depressed and they just all of a sudden was so depressed that they just wanted to leave and just, I can't even say that. Unalive themselves.
Got a whole family and everything. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I'm not sure, but it could possibly mean that they're from the future. Like, cause just imagine this, right? Just think about it like this, right? If we don't have the technology now, right, but we talk to our future selves constantly, right? What if somebody in their future self actually connected?
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So it's not hard to think that these scientists have found a way to maybe step into a different dimension or
communicate with beings from another dimension or something.
Right, or communicate with
They
their
saying they got craft
future selves and things of that nature, right? That's not really hard to fathom. Like if you in the science in any form of fashion, it's some point in time you thought about time travel and going to the future, and you know what I'm saying? So this is, it don't surprise me if this is something that really is happening, right? But at the same time, let's just think about it. All these UAPs and things that they're seeing and things like that, they could actually be people from the future in technology built in the future. You know what I'm saying? They could actually be people. They could literally just be human beings. Maybe evolved forms of human beings, because I've heard that maybe they've found, maybe they've seen or found something and it doesn't look human anymore, right? But either way, I'm saying that we're not gonna always be who we are right now.
What if it was our consciousness mixed with some type of biosymbiote or something like that?
No, really, no. Hold on, wait. Just think about what I'm saying to y'all. We're not gonna always be these people, right? Kind of, sort of like Terminator, but no. What I'm saying is, think about where we evolved from. We literally went from being so-called cavemen.
To flying planes and jets and rockets and shit.
You get it?
Mm-hmm.
A people who didn't have a will to roll now fly through the sky, right?
Take a look. It's in there, book.
What gave what's the name of the brothers, the twins that made
Wright brothers.
The Wright brothers? What gave them the idea to come up with, we can possibly fly?
Now, honestly, I don't know. You look.
Which
at
one of
that
them had the
Egyptian shit,
dream?
It looked like they had helicopters on the walls and shit out there.
Which one of them had the dream that gave them the enlightenment to know that you can do this?
Right, that's a good question.
Because if they never had the inspiration, the motivation, the vision, the dream, the whatever it was, there would be no flying planes today. Right? So I'm just saying, just because we are here doesn't mean this is where we will be. Right? And again, we can't be worried about the extraterrestrials. If they are out there, let them be. Because, again, they not bothering y'all. They not fucking with y'all. And the government keep trying to tell y'all, please leave these people alone, because they not fucking with us. And they got technology that's so much more advanced than ours. If they wanted to fuck with us, we would be probably fucked up. So just let them be. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. Like, the lady just said it in the interview. She just said she's seen herself.
Oh yeah, she sure did say that.
Technology that she doesn't think
We can't even understand that shit yet.
was created by mankind, not just by human hands, by mankind, period. Like, I don't know a nigga who got the mind power to tell the 3D, the 3D, I don't know a nigga who got the mind power to tell the 3D printer to make some of this shit that I done seen.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, no, I'm not, that's something that I'm not gonna stress myself about that. If the government say that it's fine, then fuck it, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Let them deal with that shit. I ain't gotta deal with that shit. Smoke gang shit, forward we go.
How do you feel about that? How would you feel if there were individual entities on this earth that were smart enough, advanced enough, developed enough, technologically advanced enough to do what it would take us a billion years to do. There's a certain theory that if you're traveling at the speed of light, there's a phenomenon called time dilation, where we could actually get where we're going in a couple of decades for the traveler. But by the time they got there, millions of years would have passed on Earth. That's even hard to wrap your mind around. Just to get to the middle of our galaxy, it would take 25,000 years. The point is, it's mind-boggling that a race of, call them aliens, life, whatever, is capable of doing it. Can't be scary. I mean, think.
See?
Mass hysteria.
See?
We don't want to be.
Like the homie just said, mass hysteria. Yeah. Like, to think about somebody having, and that's why the government doesn't want to tell you guys what they know, because what they know probably scares the fuck out of them. Mm-hmm. And imagine if they are these people with all this money and all this power. Just really think about what I'm telling y'all, please, because this is very important. If these people with all this money and all this power,
we can't do nothing with it,
are scared of the shit that y'all want them to tell y'all about, what the fuck do you think it's gonna do to y'all? And y'all don't even almost got the money and the power that they got to protect themselves or get the fuck on.
Who you know about?
So what you gonna do? Stop worrying about it.
Just watch and pray. Just watch and pray.
Watch and pray. Watch and pray. Listen, you can't think about something that is not for you to think about. Think about things that are meant for you. Walking in your purpose. Helping others. And being happy you can do so. Smoke gang shit. Before we go.
About it. We'll be right back. If your retirement dropped 30% tomorrow, would you be ready? So many successful Americans turn to gold to help protect their retirement. And Preserve Gold is the only precious metals company I trust and recommend. Let me be frank, gold is not for everybody. And I do not give financial advice, but I do urge you to learn about a special offer to receive up to $20,000 in free gold and silver. Visit drphilgold.com. Coming up Thursday, one of the biggest stories happening right now that no one is talking about, the very backbone of the American health system, Medicare and Medicaid, has been infiltrated by criminals and is being ripped off to the tune of $300 billion with a B dollars a year. That hurts every American counting on health care from those institutions. Mehmet Oz joins me Thursday with the story on the Dr. Phil podcast. I mean, think about it. Doesn't it cause us to question the meaning of humanity and the cosmos? Wouldn't it change that? Wouldn't it cause us to have to re-examine philosophy, religion, personal worldviews, potential?
Well, if you're a Christian, it definitely wouldn't cause you to re-examine. Because true Christians know, true believers know. The book tells you about certain things that are in the world that you may see or not see. Smoke ain't shit. Go open the book. It teaches a lot. Before we go.
Framing of human exceptionalism that we base our value systems on is that we're at the top of the food chain, that there is human exceptionalism, that we, as humans, are the be-all and end-all of this world.
Oh, that little picture Dr. Phil just put up there just made me crack the fuck
feel bad, like,
it just made that little picture Dr. Phil just put up there just made me crack the fuck up. I can't lie to you. Listen. To know that there's something more powerful than you in the world. Listen, it gotta be super humbling, right?
You gotta be humbling, bro.
All right, before we go, that's all I'm gonna say. Like, for all y'all who didn't know that it's things in the world. There are things. There are things. Smoke ain't shit. Before we go.
And then all of a sudden we find out not true. To them, we could be like a fungus. People have posed questions like, well, if they're here, why haven't they talked to us? Why haven't they identified themselves to us? It may be that we're so minuscule and irrelevant. Why would they bother? And all of a sudden we find out not true. To them, we could be like a fungus. People have posed questions like, well, if they're here, why haven't they talked to us? Why haven't they identified themselves to us? It may be.
See what I'm saying? And then Dr. Phil asked a great question right there. He said people are wondering why haven't they identified themselves to us? For what? Like, why the fuck, who do they want to talk to you? You can't understand them. You can't help them. There's nothing you can fucking do for them. Like, why the fuck do they want to talk to you? Why do they want to introduce, hi, I'm Alien Tom. Fuck is...
Good bars, I got some good bars.
Throw me a Bud Light. Let me get a Bud Light.
What
What the fuck are you talking about, gang? They don't... This I know y'all minds, you gotta expand these minds of y'all. Listen,
Call me an Uber.
they don't give a fuck about the food you eat, the drinks, the weed, the cocaine, none of that. They don't care about none of that shit that you care about. Trust and believe you me. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gotta really think about shit. Y'all be trying to put human shit off on everybody. Dogs and cats don't even like to smoke weed with y'all punk ass. What the fuck you think the extraterrestrials want to come down here and get out with you niggas for? They don't want to fuck with you niggas.
Yeah.
Fuck is you talking about? I mean, man, we straight on Earth, man. I'm just dip down there real quick. Dip down there real quick. Give me some H2. I just need to get some H2O and fill up. They probably fill up their vehicles with water, nigga. Fuck you mean?
They don't have no propulsion.
They probably fill up their vehicles with water, nigga.
Right.
Like, what the fuck do we know? Like, this was just a gas station to them. Like, no, we just in and out. Don't you even worry about it. And why you think they keep on talking about them submerging in and out the water, the underwater station and shit? I'm trying to just think about it. Like, you really got to think about it. The Earth is made 80% of water or some shit like that. 70% of water. We haven't even seen 50% of the Earth.
Out of space than we seen of the oceans.
Dog, do you understand that? Like,
We know
come on, man. Y'all got to get a real understanding of what's going on. Whatever the fuck is happening, it is nothing that no one can do about it other than God himself. Please, let it be. Smoke ain't shit for it. We go.
We're so minuscule and irrelevant. Why would they bother? And so the psychological impact on individuals, the individual effects could result in acute stress, just being awestruck, unbelievable curiosity, and existential anxiety like, who are we? If we're not at the top of the food chain, if we're not the be-all and end-all of the universe, then what are we?
I'm sorry to be the one to say, but again, if you're Christian, you know you're not the end-all be-all of the world, because I am the Alpha and the Omega. I am the beginning and the end. I am. Thank you, Father God. Thank you, Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Amen, amen. Before we go.
Gum on the shoe of the superior beings. How would we explain all of that?
Duh, like we've been through this, like Jesus Christ. If y'all didn't know this a long time ago, like, you get up and you breathe every day. How do you do that?
Right. Explain that.
How do you see? What makes your eyeballs work?
Well, the science is going to say the light, the way it hits different objects,
Yeah.
reflects into your retina, and then
But what makes-
translate this information into your brain wave? That's what they say. Neurologically.
Now watch this. What makes your brain? What makes your brain
8% that we use.
form it into a picture? Now what
Right.
about that?
They're going to say it's the neurological waves that go through. Yeah, not the shit. Hey.
You got blood that coursed through your body. How about that? How did the blood even get there? Your body go from being this big to I am 6'1". Fuck what you talking about. How did that happen? What the fuck do you mean?
Who's your babies?
They say we got like 2.5 miles of organs in our body. How the fuck does that happen? Where does it fit? I'll wait. See, y'all think y'all know so much. Y'all know everything. We are the end all be all. What are you talking about? Will you tell me? If you can answer those questions for me, then yeah, sure. We're the end all be all. You got me. But if you can tell me the reason why people do and don't wake up, then you know you win. Fuck it. But I'm still unsure why people die and don't die, and why some go to sleep and wake up, and why some go to sleep and don't, why some people's lungs work extremely well, and why some don't, why some people can see 20/20 without glasses, and me, I need them to see, right? Smoke ain't shit. Y'all gotta stop with this shit. We are not the end all be all. There is a God. Smoke ain't shit. I just figured I would tell y'all. Before we go, how don't y'all understand this yet? If you was the end all be all, why is it you don't know the question that you have why is it you don't know the answer to the question that you have right now? If you are the end all be all, there's a question in your head that you have yet to answer. Why is that? I just figured I'd say that. Before we go, open the book. It teaches a lot. Smoke ain't shit.
People would begin to look for coping strategies, immediately seeking information, spiritual exploration, figuring out how do I fit in? And then in terms of community dynamics, the world, it could be very divisive. It could increase everything that we do culturally, religiously, political identities. Rumors and misinformation could flourish, especially on the web. Oh my God, can you imagine what would start flying around then? Making trusted communicators really crucial. And if there's a crisis of confidence with the government because they've lied to you for so long, where do you go to get real information?
And see, the thing is like people looking for this information, like if they find out that America been lying to them, that they gonna go to a different government and it's gonna be like some different shit. Like, bitch, they all in cahoots together, bitch. They all been knowing.
Propaganda.
Like, they all been knowing. Like, they been keeping it from y'all so y'all don't fucking lose y'all fucking minds and kill y'all fucking stupid self. Just being honest with you. Certain shit has, like, listen, my homie will tell you, like, for years and years and years, I'm like, I don't believe in no aliens. Fuck aliens. Fuck is you talking about, right? And then some shit happened and I was like, yo, you know what? It might be aliens, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not going to worry about it. If they up there, peace, holla at them, let them do what they thing. You feel me? Because that's not nothing for me to worry about. But I really understand why they don't tell y'all. I told y'all niggas go in the house and put aluminum foil across their windows and won't cut their lights on. They stay in one room in the dark with the computer glow. It's not what you want. This is not what y'all want. If y'all think dating in the world and shit is all fucked up now, imagine how fucked up it'd be y'all motherfuckers found out it's aliens. Shit, y'all will really lose your fucking mind. They will lose their fucking minds.
Sexy aliens drop down.
Smoke gang shit. Before we go.
Long-term mental health aspects, when you don't know the motives or the intent of these entities, could create chronic worry, conspiracy thinking, paranoia, feelings of unbelievable inadequacy. Some may celebrate with renewed optimism, like, wow, look what we found. These people, if they can do all this, maybe they can cure all the diseases. They can come up with solutions to problems. This is...
See, you know what, Dr. Phil? I was with you all the way until you fucking slid that fucking fuck ass shit in there.
That's a possibility.
No, fuck that. He's a motherfucking doctor. And he know, just like I know, there are already cures here for fucking every disease that you can possibly fucking think of. If you stop eating half the shit that you eat. Listen, I'm not finna teach you motherfuckers nothing. I'm working on getting my own fucking health together. I done lost weight. My health is much better than it used to be. And if y'all want y'all to be a little bit better, then y'all should probably start worrying about the things that you eat more than worrying about if there's aliens in the sky. If they do drop down, how the fuck is you gonna run to get away from them? Your fat ass ain't gonna be able to make it a block. Yeah, yep, that's what I'm saying. Y'all be so worried about the wrong shit. Can we worry about getting back in shape instead of worrying about the aliens being out of space? I'm just saying. Smoke gang shit. Before we go.
Great. How would governments react? Russia, China, United States would all be scrambling to establish some kind of process for monitoring potential collaboration.
This one finna blow your mind. They already had that collaboration. Why you think they talk, man. They talk. These people talk, and they have to talk because of these types of things. Smoke ain't shit. But that's also why so many people be fighting for power in so many areas, and this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 so on and so forth. You just gotta know what you know. If you know, you know. Smoke ain't shit. Before we go.
Intelligence communities would go crazy. Our Department of Defense, our science agencies would have to start redoing everything, revisiting risk assessment. Of course, we would be trying to establish exchange programs. Maybe they're not even interested. Like I say, we could be like gum on their shoe. Who knows? International, interstellar collaboration. There could be economic and technical competition. It might accelerate as nations vie for favorable access to this new information or partnerships. Disruption could occur across energy, computing, science, and transportation. If all of a sudden someone is here that can do what we can't do with propulsion systems we don't understand, all of a sudden there could be zero need for oil. All the things upon which our infrastructure is based could become useless overnight. All of these shifts in culture, religion, some belief systems could be really reinterpreted along with how we do what we do. There would be all of these debates about, is this apocalyptic or integrative? And then what about the interfaith dialogues? It could expand to include non-human intelligences, broadening theological discourse. What is it?
Some of these things are already in the Bible. That's what I'm telling you. Like,
that's why I say broadening it.
Certain books may not be in there, like the book she was mentioning, the Book of Enoch. These books have things in them that are, some of these things are in the Bible. They just don't expound on them like the Book of Enoch. But the Book of Enoch tells you more about what they're talking about. This is not new. This literally is not new. You just have to do your homework and figure out what is what and go from there. Smoke ain't shit. Before we go.
Say about man, there would immediately be debate about the rights of non-humans as though they would care what we thought their rights were. Certainly a reassessment of human exceptionalism. It could foster a sense of global unity. We could all say, hey, we better quit bickering and start kind of throwing in together here. Look, this is not some science fiction novel. Navy Commander David Fravor described his encounter like this. He said, I can tell you, I think it was not from this world. I have never seen anything like it. It had no wings, no rotors, no visual propulsion. And it accelerated like nothing I've ever seen. It just took off. This is the Navy commander, not somebody too drunk to fish. In 2023, intelligence officer David Krush testified under oath to Congress, quote, the U.S. government is in possession of non-human spacecraft.
I was informed in the course of my official duties of a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program.
Now, the Pentagon denies those claims, but at the same time, it still can't explain many of the objects it's tracking. If not alien life, what else could it be? Advanced foreign technology? Secret U.S. programs? Something else entirely? I don't know. All possibilities are on the table. The government has real data, real footage, not AI generated. Is it about national security, protecting classified systems, or does the universe hold secrets we can't comprehend?
Well, I'm sure the universe holds secrets that we can't comprehend. And this is much larger topic than I planned on it being. We already been here like close to 2.5 hours. So I'm gonna let this video play out and then we're gonna call it quits. But I just want y'all to know that the government is not as bad as y'all think they are. Some things that they do are just, they're not, conventional. But there's also some things that they do to protect you from not only you and others, but from the things that you may be seeking to find, right? Smoke ain't shit. Before we go, just figured I'd plant that on y'all before we pulled off.
That we all have to consider, and remember, you're on hypothetical highway with me. We're assuming that there is evidence. We're assuming that it's real. If, I'm giving you that this is a big if this is real, if what we're getting ready to find out is finally new and confirming information, that there are entities that we don't know, species we haven't seen. We just had people travel the furthest from Earth ever in the history of man. And it's like a fraction of an inch compared to the next galaxy. If in fact that does exist, how do you feel about that? If they were to reveal themselves, what is their agenda?
So I'm with Dr. Phil. I want to know in the comments, how do y'all feel about that? And if they were to reveal themselves, what would you think? What would you think the agenda would be? And how would you feel? How would you act knowing that there really are extraterrestrial beings or what they call interdimensional beings? How would you feel? Tell me in the comments. Smoke ain't shit. Before we go.
Some might say, look, if they were going to do harm to us, wouldn't they have done it by now? I don't know. If we're so insignificant it doesn't matter, it could be irrelevant. But then why are they here? Now, you may think, okay, Dr. Phil's finally gone over the high side. He's gone down Nutball Highway. That's not what I'm telling you. I'm saying the government knows more than they're telling us. My question is it unsafe for the general population to know all of this? Would it create such anxiety and panic that it's more than people can handle? Because it would rewrite almost every value, every paradigm that we know. Because we think we're at the top of the food chain. What if we're not? What does that mean? And how would you feel about that? You really need to ask yourself those questions, because I think we're getting ready, maybe not to meet someone from another galaxy, but I think we're getting ready to find out there are things that we can't explain but do have in our possession. Evidence that we can't explain with concepts we understand. The question is, how do you feel about it?
All righty. So, Smoke Gang, with that said, what do you think about strange things in Congress? What do you think about the strange things that we just heard about today? And what do you think about extraterrestrials actually coming here? Actually letting it be known that we are here. And my question is, why would they show us? Do you feel like they have a reason to show us? Like Dr. Field said, if we are so small and puny to them, is it really irrelevant that we're here? Are we like gum on the bottom of their shoes? Who knows? Right? Who knows? Let me know what you think in the comments. I definitely appreciate everybody for coming out and joining us today. Smoking with the King, strange things in Congress. And I would definitely appreciate y'all feedback and y'all comments. And you know we love all the support. We want all the support. Definitely keep it coming, because we going to keep going. I know it's a Saturday show. I normally don't do it. But I had to give y'all this because interesting things and strange things in Congress. Smoke Gang shit. Definitely got a shout out to the homie CJ in the comments, and got a shout out to the homie.
Can they see me?
Tell him your name, my brother.
What up, though? Hugh Flow.
My brother Hugh Flow. You know, we glad you guys joined us. We definitely appreciate everybody, and yeah, we gonna be probably working on doing a thing, maybe a thing on Saturday. It's not really a bad thing. This was pretty fun and pretty interesting. So yeah, we'll see you guys soon time. God bless. Great.